starting here with the hamstring stretch. One leg in by the knee, the other leg outstretched. Go ahead, reach forward towards that front leg here. Don't feel like you have to grab onto your leg, but kind of just let your body fall forward. As you feel more ready, go ahead, edge those fingers out a little bit further. Without gripping on anything, but kind of just lean yourself in a little bit more. We'll be holding the stretches for a little bit longer so that we can get a little bit more of a passive stretch in there, more of the elastic type of response that we're going for. You guys can go ahead, switch over to the other leg, stretch it out. Other ankle into that knee. Reach forward towards that opposite leg. Still keeping up that deep breathing here, and if you feel when you're exhaling that you can go a little bit lower, go ahead and take that extra inch or extra half inch further down if you can. Slowly trace it back up. Go into a bit of a butterfly stretch here, feet together, hands on them. If you feel the need that you need to press with your elbows, go ahead. Otherwise, just let your knees once again just drip down to the floor. The more relaxed you can get, the more you'll allow the blood to go to the area that you want to focus on. So really go ahead, just let yourself go, continue to breathe, just let the stretch happen. Go ahead, spread those legs for us. Similar stretch here, we're going to go stretch on down. If any one of you are next to a wall, you find the stretch a little bit more difficult, go ahead, sit up against that wall, and it'll kind of provide, again, that passive stretch that you might need if this is a newer stretch to you. But once again, your hands are just trailing out towards in front of you. As you feel yourself exhale, remember you can always inch a little bit forward if you're able to. Just letting that body sink just a little bit deeper on that exhale. Slowly come on back up. Bring those feet back together for that butterfly. We're not going to hop into that butterfly quite yet. What I want you guys to do is go ahead, open up your arm, and then slowly lean to the side first here. Trying to get that side a nice stretch here, that lat. Go ahead, pull that body on down. Should get to a point that once you get a little bit more horizontal, parallel with the ground, that's going to start, gravity's just going to start pulling you in. If you ever feel that you want to come back up and then re-engage, go ahead. Go ahead, switch on over. Leaning the opposite direction now. Letting gravity slowly pull yourself down. Continuously breathing through or below that lower rib cage through the diaphragm. Once again, if you ever need a break to come back up and re-engage, go for it. Go ahead here, come back to center. We're going to start off doing a stretch that if you attend our group exercise classes over in our facility, you know I like this stretch a lot. It's going to be our 4-way neck stretch here. Great if we've been looking at a laptop or computer for a long amount of time. So go ahead, find a position that you're comfortable in. Let your arms go down to the sides. We're going to start off this head just tilting down. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck here. If you haven't done this stretch with us before, it's not something that we need to use our hands to pull ourselves down with. It's okay to just let our head be the weight that induces the stretch. Go ahead, lift it up. Tilt it back a little bit, stretching the front of the neck here. Slow, small stretch here. We have a small muscles out here in the front of the neck, but they do get tight from us looking forward all day. So go ahead, let that neck stretch. Coming back to center, pick a side, just let that head lean down, ear trying to come to the shoulder without bringing the shoulder up. Just let that shoulder relax, let the head follow. Go ahead, come back to center, move it to the side again. These are great stretches if you ever find yourself in need of some focus. It really helps the blood get to the brain, which is great for our mental focus and being alert and awake throughout the day. So go ahead, you can do these neck stretches as much as you want throughout the day. Go ahead, come on back to center here. You guys can join me on a knee. What we'll be doing next here is a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Almost in a lunge stance, so we're just going to lean forward. Once again, if I were to sample that from the side, just lean that hip forward, trying to keep that upright torso, focusing on the front of the hip here. Go ahead, switch legs there for us. Once again, we're in that lunge position, focusing on the front of the hip here, just lean that forward. Torso stays upright. But our hip flexors are a muscle that's very capable of becoming tight throughout the day if we spend a lot of time sitting. Might get a little bit short, and we want to avoid that.